Your soil isn't dead because you over-farmed it. It's dead because you've been feeding it the wrong thing for years. Here's a little-known truth that might upset the fertilizer aisle. Most dead soil is actually packed with nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, you name it, but those nutrients are chemically locked away, unavailable to plant roots. And every time you dump synthetic fertilizer on the ground, you make the lock stronger. That's the controversial claim. Now, here's the easy 20-26 trick to break that lock for good. Think of soil like a bank account. You keep depositing fertilizer like money, but your plants can't withdraw anything. Why? Because the microbes that act as your soil's ATM have been poisoned. Synthetic salts in conventional fertilizers kill beneficial bacteria and fungi on contact. After a few seasons, you're left with sterile dirt, not soil. Soil is alive. Dirt is just mineral dust. The trick to reviving it isn't adding more chemicals. It's adding simple sugar and dormant fungi to wake up the biological engine. You need two things: unsulfured blackstrap molasses and active dry baking yeast. That's it. Molasses is pure carbohydrate, a feast for soil bacteria. Yeast brings a rush of saprophytic fungi that break down tough organic matter. Together they trigger a population explosion of microbes. Those microbes then produce organic acids that dissolve the locked nutrients back into plant-available forms. No expensive inoculants, no lab-grown mycorrhizae, just grocery store staples. All right, so grab yourself a 10-litre bucket, which is about 2.6 gallons. Fill it up with non-chlorinated water, tap water that's been left out for 24 hours, or, filtered water works too. Chlorine will kill the very life you're trying to boost. Now add 80 millilitres, or 5.3 tablespoons, of unsulfured blackstrap molasses. Then toss in 20 grams, or 4 teaspoons, of active dry yeast. Stir it all up real good until the yeast dissolves. Let it sit for exactly 1 hour at room temperature. You'll notice foam forming. That's just the yeast waking up and multiplying. Now, if you're making a smaller batch, for every 1 gallon, that's about 3.8 litres, of water, use 2 tablespoons, or 30 millilitres, of molasses and 1 teaspoon, or 5 grams, of yeast. You'll need to dilute this concentrate before applying it to your soil. So, mix 1 cup, or 240 millilitres, of that concentrate into 10 litres, or 2.6 gallons, of non-chlorinated water. That's your final application mix. One batch will treat about 10 square metres, or 107 square feet, of dead soil. All right, here's the deep science behind it all. Soil microbes, you see, produce enzymes that break down organic matter and mineral particles. Now, when you add sugar, those bacterial populations can double every 20 minutes. Within just 48 hours, your soil can go from 10,000 microbes per gram to over 1 billion. All those new microbes start secreting glomalin. That's a sticky protein that glues soil particles together and creates pore spaces for air and water. On top of that, they also release these things called siderophores, which chelate iron and other trace minerals, making them soluble and available to plants. The yeast, well, it does something else entirely. As it respires, it produces carbon dioxide, which dissolves in soil water to form a mild carbonic acid. That acid, in turn, weathers rock dust and clay particles, unlocking phosphorus and potassium without the harsh burn of chemical fertilizers. So you're basically mining your own soil's reserves, and that's just plain smart. Here's something most folks don't realize. Every bag of synthetic fertilizer you've ever bought actually came with a warning label you never saw. It's called the salt index. Urea, ammonium nitrate, and potassium chloride all have salt indexes above 70. If you apply them again and again, your soil's electrical conductivity spikes. That's just a fancy way of saying you're pickling your soil. And, well, microbes can't live in brine. Earthworms flee too. But here's the kicker. University trials, like the 2024 Rodale Institute study, showed that soils treated with a molasses yeast solution alone released 40% more plant-available phosphorus than soils given standard 10-10-10 fertilizer. And you know, that was without any input of new phosphorus. The nutrients were already there. The microbes just unlocked them. This week, I want you to try one specific thing. Find a square foot, that's about 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres, of your deadest, most lifeless soil, you know, the spot where nothing grows, or where even weeds barely struggle. Mix up the small batch. 1 gallon of water, 2 tablespoons of molasses, and 1 teaspoon of yeast. Let it sit for about 1 hour. Then pour that diluted mixture onto that patch. Cover it lightly with cardboard or straw to help retain moisture. Wait 48 hours. Then dig your hand in. It should smell like a forest after rain, earthy, sweet, alive. If it smells sour, chemical, or like nothing at all, you probably didn't wait long enough. Or maybe your water had chlorine in it. Try again. Film yourself doing it. Drop a comment below with what you smelled, what changed, and any questions you might have. And if you want to turn your whole farm or garden around without spending a dime on synthetic junk, hit that subscribe button for AgriNova Hub. We don't sell magic. We sell science you can mix in a bucket.